Ow. I clapped too hard.
Ha! The pilot episode of Mr. Mercedes was directed by Jack Bender. And we know Jack Bender. Oh,
we do.
Dear. Are we the funniest people we've ever met? I think we are.
I don't even think you're the funniest person I've ever met.
It's not very nice.
Oh, I met Jimmy Carr. He's a professional funny guy.
Well, I've met Jim Jeffries.
Just because we went to see him,
I have met Jim Jeffries.
that's not how meeting people works.
I was introduced to him because he said, "Please welcome Jim Jeffries," and I clapped. That's meeting someone. He's come out, greeted, and I responded. Sorry, he came out introduced, and I greeted him with a response. So I've met him. I've got a sneeze brewing, and it will not get out of my head, and it is really irritating me.
That's probably how all of the listener feels.
All of the listener, every bit of it.
I will never stop recurring, referencing our listener as a singular. And it's me.
Oh, I'm a little bit ill.
Good.
Not like dangerously.
Oh, fuck.
You'll be disappointed to hear.
I'm a bit.
But yeah, there's a lurg going round, and I've now succumbed to it just in time for Christmas.
See, no, I caught the lurgy, and then a week later I had a flu shot, and then my arm was just dead for a week.
You had a flu shot? How old are you?
Well, it was...
I'm really fucking old.
Well, I mean, it was basically work were like, do you want a flu shot? We're doing them for free. And I was like, I want an afternoon off. So I went and got one done. And now I really want a tattoo. I don't know why. And I think it's something to do with, I was like, I got a little prick from, like a little prick from an ear. I'm like, I need a tattoo. Which I think makes total sense.
It does follow. Which one are we starting with? Because both of these shows are fucking brilliant.
Well, I watched Mr. Mercedes first.
Let's do that one then, because I watched that most recently.
Yeah. Well, I watched it first, because I planned it in my head, because I was like, you've been raving about Killing Eve. And I was like, just in case I put Killing Eve with something shit. Because I saw Brendan Gleeson, I think... I saw Brendan Gleeson just went, this is going in the podcast. And then completely forgot, because I did the scheduling like a year ago. Probably over a year ago now. So I just whacked it and then forgot about it. And as soon as it flashed up, it was like, it's a Stephen King adaptation. I was like, oh, okay. I guess this won't be shit.
And guess what? It's not. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason I thought it was going to be less gory than it was. I say gory, there's like a lot of gore right at the start, and then it's fine.
But it is from a distance, that gore, I think. And then there's
there is a head pop. There is a definite head pop.
That's true, I suppose. Yeah, but it's Stephen King, isn't it? I'm just used to it. So, yeah, Mr. Mercedes, what is it? What is it about?
Well, it's about a guy who drove a Mercedes through a bunch of people. I don't think we need to say anything. I think, yeah, it's pretty good. So, Killing Eve.
Yep, I really enjoyed it. I thought the relationship was very good. I think it's quite pointedly, as I think we will discover, it's quite pointedly set after the financial crash of 2008. It's set in 2009, isn't it? And
it's definitely set when AT&T were about.
Wait, are they not a thing anymore?
No, they are. Well, it's mostly that I think one of the people who put a lot of money into this were AT&T, because you get their logo right at the start, and then very prominent shots of mobile phones. They're just like AT&T, and it's like, okay, I see. You've paid your dues. And well, also, you've just paid literal money.
Budweiser probably sponsored this as well.
Yeah. And then there were just a bunch of shots of Brendan Gleeson just being like, do you know what? Whiskey's pretty good.
I wonder if they use Budweiser because Stephen King used to have a Budweiser addiction.
Or because it's cheap.
Yeah, because it's pesh. No, it's alright, I don't mind Bud. It's just very, very fizzy. I find.
That is true. So, what, I suppose we should maybe start at the beginning.
Go on.
Well, there's all the people are queuing up for the thing.
At a job fair, because they're trying to get a job.
Yeah.
Including...
What I found a bit weird is that they were queuing up. Like, I mean, I know people like a job centre, but 3 o'clock in the morning is pushing it.
Well, I think that's how desperate they are to get a job, because they've had no money, because of the financial crash, because people are a bunch of wankers.
Yeah, what I was doing there was joking. But he took it too serious.
I always take things seriously. That's why I get offended by all comedians.
Yeah, it's actually one of the things I like least about you. And I mean, we don't have enough disk space for the rest of the things I don't like about you. So,
hang on a minute. I have 6.5 hours free space. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough time.
yeah, I mean, yeah, 6.5 hours. That I'd be talking fast to get that in.
Yeah, so Brendan Gleeson plays Bill Hodges, who is the detective, who was...
I like that he just turns up and just goes, "Ah, Jesus."
So
But the thing, I thought it was setting some of these characters up to be like some of the guys that get run over were just going to be like, I was like, oh, these are going to be like the characters. They're going to be like the love story, and then Stephen King adaptation, and then well, they're dead.
Well, I sort of guessed that as soon as that car showed up, I was like, oh, okay, he's going to run them all over. Never mind.
Yeah, but now I've got it's in my head that Mr. Mercedes set that whole thing up, that there was never going to be a jobs fair. He's just put that up and put some barriers up, and you know Americans, they love queuing. It's the one thing they got from us.
I was going to say, that's us. We do that.
Yeah, no, but Americans used to be us, and then they decided that, like ungrateful children, they wanted to be estranged. So now they live on their own, and no one knows what they're doing.
A potted history of America.
I think it's fairly accurate. Yeah, no, and I think that, yeah, they've just joined, like, he's advertised this little fair, and they've all gone, well, we need jobs. And then he's like, no. And then they're all screaming and, well, exploding into Tarantino-style bodies.
They do go pop.
Yeah. And the thing, they keep... Because when he's driving through them, he's sort of like, oh, he's hitting a fair few of them, but a lot of them are getting away.
That's what I thought.
And then it cuts back and you're like, how the fuck did he kill them all? Well, I think it's like 16 people?
Yeah, that's it. It's 16 people.
Which, I mean, it's pretty good going for driving through a queue.
Well, I'm glad that you were impressed.
I mean, a little bit. And to not get bogged down and then to just drive away at the end. It's amazing. To keep traction with blood on your tyres is a fucking nightmare.
And you'd know.
Well, we don't talk about that.
The incident.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the opposite of witness protection?
Prison.
That is definitely the opposite of witness protection. So, apart from my new name, 2 years later, Bill's retired and is, well, doing what I think everyone who's retired is doing.
Fucking nothing.
Yeah, sitting next to loads of empty cans of beer and, feeding his daughters.
I mean, you can have a job and do that, right?
Yeah, but toys is a full-time thing. Like, if you leave the gate open when you leave for work, you might get home just as they're about to leave. Like, and you don't want to run that risk that they might sense freedom without achieving it.
I like the tortoise. Like, it made me
I like
want the
that-
tortoise.
I like that in every like comedy show, TV show, or whatever, someone always calls a tortoise a turtle, and they always get corrected.
I did think that was odd. There was no real need for it.
No, but there's never a need for it. But still, and it's because turtles live in water and on the land, but tortoises only live on the land.
This is true.
And if you notice, he didn't have any water because he's really bad at looking after turtles.
So after thousands of dead turtles.
That's what his shed is. He has a shed full of dead turtles and one tortoise.
It was just made out of shell.
And he's just disappointed because it's not dead. He's spending literal dollars on lettuce for this tortoise.
But yes, he is still haunted by the fact that he never solved the crime when it was his case, and he finds himself falling back into it, and then you're introduced to Brady Hartsfield, which I was kind of like, as soon as we were introduced to him, I was like, oh, please don't just be Mr. Mercedes, because I like it when there's a big reveal, and it's like, but you pretty much straight away it's like, okay, he's the guy.
I suppose because it gives you a chance
then,
to maybe then not understand why he did it, but get to know more of the baddie, which is always like an interesting take. But yeah, I would have preferred them to just sort of be like, oh, do you reckon it might? Or I mean, for all we know, right? He's not actually Mr. Mercedes. He's just someone who, because it might not be like, right, imagine it's not just one guy.
That's true. Or
what if, like, because you know they've got the video camera, they're like really, like, you remember the start of Triple X where he's got the little camera,
yes,
and he drives that car off the bridge. This is like that, but Stephen King did it.
You've just entered the Xander zone.
You've just entered Mr. Mercedes.
And
are you related to
down,
him?
And he goes, moral is, don't be a dick. Oh, that's a good film.
And then Tony Hawk picks him up at the bottom.
That is a... Is it Tony Hawk? No, it's Matt Hoffman that picks him up, and then Tony Hawk shows up at the party, isn't it?
No, I think Tony Hawk's one of the guys who picks him up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think Matt Hoffman's in it as well.
Yeah, like it's one of those films that you're like, if you like extreme sports, be in this film.
Tony Hawk Triple X as caddy driver. Yeah, it is Tony Hawk. Ah. Oh, that's very, very clever.
Yeah. Like, I know it's an aside, but those films are so trash, but I love them so much.
I like the first one. I don't
like
the second one, and I've not seen
the third one's a return to form-ish, except it's just like, yeah, but there are loads of them, and there's a lot of jumping out planes. Well, crashing planes, but also falling through them. Like they've seen that one shot in Call of Duty and gone, ooh.
Do you know, it was Triple X that originally made us want to go to Bora Bora for our honeymoon. Because I remember seeing it in the film. I was like, yeah, I want to go there. And then it came to picking a holiday destination. And I was like, yeah, we should go to Bora Bora. And now we're going to Bali. So.
Yeah, so I guess moral of the story is don't watch films to pick holidays.
Why not? Chernobyl looks lovely this time.
Yeah, but with the films you watch, don't go to the places. Don't go to the horror film places. Where are you going? Oh, we're going to stay at the Gein house?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah, I mean, he's dead, so you'll survive.
Jesus Christ, I've just read the opening line of Triple X 3, and it says, Augustus Gibbons attempts to recruit footballer Neymar for the Triple X program. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that's true, but then someone dropped a satellite on them.
Oh, well, that's...
I was opening scene of the film, like, if there's stuff that I can not spoil for you. I've also spoiled the ending by telling you they fall through a plane, so... But it looks a lot better than I'm describing it.
I do. I think I've got it, actually. We are not talking about Mr. Mercedes.
Yeah, but we're talking about happy stuff.
Oh, God, I'm dying.
See, exactly, talking about happy stuff.
Yeah, I've got it on my computer.
Ah, good. Watch it.
I will. At
Now?
some point. No, I'm a little bit busy. In
Okay,
the middle
cool.
of something.
Cool.
It's really fucking good though. Also,
Yeah.
his neighbour is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the thing is, I was trying to remember what I recognised her from. So I looked her up, but I've already forgotten. It was something good, though.
Not that. Shit, what's her name? Ida, wasn't it? Holland Taylor is her name.
What was it?
Bosom Buddies. George of the Jungle. Oh, she's the mum in George of the Jungle. That's
Oh,
where I know her from.
it was something else that I recognised her from.
Spy Kids 2. Spy Kids 3D.
No, it was something else.
I
I mean, all of those things, yes, but something else too.
Legally Blonde.
No, I think it's more recent than that.
TV?
I
The
think
Orville?
no. Oh, it's 2.5 Men. That's what it is.
Oh, that doesn't count. It's not funny.
You're not funny.
I mean, I am.
Well, only to look at. But no, I think
We haven't really
It's-
discussed the show at all, but it's really fucking good. And the guy's mum tries to fuck him, which is kind of odd.
yeah, but it makes you think maybe that's why he drove through a bunch of people.
Yeah, quite possibly.
But then I really like the end where he's like thrown that tennis ball into his bush and it's just got the face on it. He's looking around. He's just like, nope, everything kind of looks fine. And you're just like, but he's in this fucking ice cream van. Because I spent like the whole thing when I was like, it's like those kids are outside playing hockey. And I was like, at some point, some cunt's just gonna drive through them. But
That's
it
what
never
I thought was
happened.
gonna happen. Yeah, maybe that's how episode 2 opens.
Do you reckon every episode opens with a bunch of people getting run over?
I mean, that'd be funny.
Yeah. But no, I agree that like the reveal of who the big villain was so early is weird, but
But I guess we'll see.
there is always the
It's
chance
probably
that
as well.
like I was saying, like it's a group of people. Oh, that's how we got onto Triple X. That I remember now.
Yeah, that's it.
Where they're like, ah, and they're all just like wanking to it. Because that was a really weird scene where it's just like at the top of the stage, you're like, oh, okay, that's happening.
Well, I think it's.
I mean, he
like-
lasted for a lot longer than I would have.
That's like his confusion, I suppose. But the thing is, as soon as he said, "Could you give your mum a little kiss?" I knew she was gonna like turn her face and start snogging him. And then I was like,
But,
"Okay."
that's like, I thought it was going to be him like instigating it, or at least like fantasizing about, like imagining him doing that, and then just like it cut back to him just sat there. But
yeah, it's not the best, is it? It's not the best situation to find yourself in, I imagine.
yeah, but like it's, I'm 100% going to continue watching this show.
Yeah,
Like-
most deaf.
It's really good. How much of it is there?
3 series.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know.
Also,
how many, I
did
think
you
there's
hear
10
like
episodes,
when
isn't
he's
there?
pulling in, like the first time you meet what's his face, the
Bill.
I'm gonna run your kids over, cunt.
Oh,
Like, do you hear the song that he is playing in the car? It's
I did make a note
it's
of
the
it.
Pet Cemetery song. Like it's-
Yes. Yeah,
and I was just
yeah.
like, I know I'm now aware that that's a Stephen King reference.
Bit on the nose, that one. He has a few times said that Pet Cemetery he thinks is the book where he went a bit too far with what happened.
Ooh, maybe that'll be what I
Engage.
listen to after it.
The film, like the original film, is really fucking good. So
Well, I was probably just gonna listen to the book.
I think I've got the audiobook. Maybe I'm going to listen to that as well. But I think it's another long one, and I'm sort of
Yeah, but I like a
Struggling
long
with the
book.
long one.
Eh?
yeah, but straight like you're going to want it straight after. The last one I listened to was a Jack Reacher one, and I was like, yeah, this is fine, but
Oh no, see, the thing because I've got another Wilbur Smith book, and I can have that in between. It's like a palate cleanse after listening to American Psycho and It back to back. Like, this is really putting some strain on my sight. Like, I'm sat on the tube listening to these books, just like, if you could hear what I'm listening to.
I have thought that.
Like, there will be so many
times.
people just looking at me, just like, how
Oh.
are you listening to that at 7 o'clock in the morning? And I'm just like, this is fine.
It's just that I just like hearing about different business cards. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I just because the thing when I was listening to American Psycho, I was listening to, like, in the morning on the way to work, the drilling scene. Like, and I was just listening to it, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of ooh.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad this is just in my ears.
I've not read or listened to the book, but I've seen the film, but I bought the book for a guy at work.
That
he said it's quite bad.
that scene's not in the film.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why I drew a blank when you said the drilling scene. I was like, I don't remember him using a drill.
Yeah. You should listen to the book. The drilling scene.
Pet Cemetery is only 14 hours, so like, I could do that in a week. So I think I'll listen to that.
14 hours, that's barely a book.
It's a pamphlet, Stephen. Come on, Steve, what you doing?
Yeah, but I mean, he is really an up-and-coming author.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
I'm glad to have brought him to you.
What? Yeah, it's really fucking good. I'm absolutely 100% watching more of this.
Yeah,
Actually,
I can't
there's
believe
a-
like the time that I've just started. I say just started. For a week I've been listening to it, like, having seen very little of, like, Steve. Like, I've seen 2 Stephen King adaptation films.
Is one of them Stand By Me?
No,
That's
I've seen.
joke. How have you been friends with me this long and you've not watched Stand By Me? That's an insult. Or The Prestige.
Well, I mean, you haven't played Fallout 3 properly, so.
Oh, that's because it's shite.
Well, that's why I haven't watched the films you love.
But-
Because
but they're
you're
not.
shite.
Okay, that I cannot argue. Should we kill Eve?
I mean, I think it's a bit extreme, but yeah, I don't agree that it should have a second episode.
Killing Eve. I said at the start of this year, I am really looking forward to getting to talking about Killing Eve, and I'm looking forward to you watching it specifically because it's fucking brilliant, isn't it?
I have been really tempted every time we've sort of had to rejig it to just move it to next year. Like, just to really annoy you. I'm glad I didn't for Mr. Mercedes, and also for Killing Eve, because I thought it was good.
Only good.
Well, I mean, it combines several things that I really enjoy, like funny people and murder.
It is very funny.
Mostly the murder. Also the funny. I think it's mostly the funny because it's not poking fun at, like, quite sort of. It's almost poking fun at itself. Because you're essentially the other side of Hitman, like the games.
Yeah.
You're like the people who are trying to be just being like, yeah, but what the fuck happened? And you just look, like, she looks straight at the person you know is the assassin, and the only thing is that she's wearing some different clothes, and she just kind of goes, well, I'm sure you're probably what you're dressed as. And then it goes back into him just like, wait, why the fuck is everyone dead now?
Oh man, it's so fucking good. How much do you love Villa now? Is it the very first scene where she's doing the ice cream thing?
Yeah, and I the thing is, I was sort of like, I don't, like, unless she kills this kid, I don't know why we're spending so, and then she just, like, whoops the ice cream up into it, and I'm like, huh? Yes.
Just imagine fucking tripping him up, and it's his birthday.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, I think that really set the scene for me, and just sort of goes like, oh, cool, this is going to be funny.
It is a real tone setter of the thing.
Yeah, because it just very quickly lets you know, like, I mean, there's going to be some murders. But, also, whoop, kids covered in ice cream.
There are some really good murders as well. How many killings? Yeah, it's, oh my god. Just reading through the thing, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. Like,
we haven't actually explained what happens in Killing Eve, but there's a Russian politician is murdered, and
wait.
MI5
First, it's really important that we talk about her waking up screaming, and her husband having like a fucking panic attack, and he's just like, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "I fell asleep on both my arms." I mean, the thing is, I've never done both. I've like lost an arm in my sleep, because you know when you wake up and you're just like you can't, like it just doesn't do anything anymore. Have you never fallen asleep on your arm? And then it just be like you wake up and it just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you this. I once woke up, like I was lying on my back. No. I was lying on my back, and my arm was like fully outstretched, reaching up to the ceiling, and I just sort of looked at it and I was like, "What the fuck's that?"
And just drops.
As I went, "What the fuck?" It just fell on my face, and I punched myself on the nose.
Oh, that's like some lucid. I think we have talked about it. We've definitely talked about that before, not on the podcast, but before. Because I think we were both saying like, "Yeah, has this ever happened to you?" And we're both describing the same fucking thing. Because that's what having like waking up with dead arms is like. Because you wake up and you're like, I need to do stuff, and you're just like patting yourself on the face, just like, I don't know why I can only feel this from one side, but why does it hurt so much? But you've never done a leg.
No.
Waking up with a dead leg is literally the worst thing. Because you know, like one of the first things you want to do when you wake up and realize that you're late, which is my everyday. You want to just get up and you want to go.
Get out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you do that when your leg's numb, it really hurts and makes you a lot later. Because you're sort of sat there and you're like, I might have broken my ankle, but I don't know because I can't feel it yet. So that was maybe my favourite bit of this whole show. Just her just being like, I fell asleep on both my arms, and just him just being like, I think I might have had a heart attack, and still somehow this is all about you. But yeah, she's I guess bored with her job and hungover in this episode.
Oh yeah, so there's some really good hungover acting going on.
I just really like the bit where it's just like he just walks into the room and just goes, "Did we sing Disney last night?" She's just like, "Yes," and he just walks out of the room again. It's like, I feel like there is, apart from for the funny side of it, that scene has no story purpose at all, because they've already said that they sang Disney, but it's just that like call back to it, and just to have him on camera just going, "Oh, for fuck's sake, why didn't we sing Disney?"
But it's just, it really endears the whole team to you. Like you get to know the team like really well, and you get to like they're proper full 3D characters. They're not just like, okay, she's a spy, and she's a spy
because she's not a spy,
a stepmom. Well, right. But,
in this episode, she's clearly going to become a spy.
She's still a wife, and yeah.
Because obviously,
the development of the relationship between Villanelle and Eve. It's
because I'm getting the feeling that she doesn't kill women, or I don't know, maybe just isn't very good at it.
I don't remember her killing a woman, but I don't think she'd.
Because I just sort of got that impression because when her boss is going through the stuff with her and he's just like, well, yeah, you've left a woman alive, like, not so good. And it's just kind of, there's like a little look that passes over her face and it's just like, I don't think she kills women.
No, she
apart from literally at the end of the episode. Yeah. Apart from that, she doesn't kill women. She might use someone else's hands.
Yeah, the relationship between the two of them becomes very much like Hannibal Lecter and Will Graham in the Hannibal show, not the books necessarily.
That's cool.
It's really fucking cool. Like in the second series, particularly, even the way it ends, it's well, I mean, in the second series, they do literally have them working together. So, oh my god, you've got to just. I know you like binging stuff. Just get through this because it's so fucking good.
I mean, to be fair, I need to take a small break from binging things because I have literally watched 2 TV shows this weekend.
Really?
I watched Mrs. Maisel season 3.
Oh yeah.
And then I watched. Well, I caught up on His Dark Materials.
Oh okay.
So I am like I'm quite binged out, but I'll make a fucking effort, mate.
Yes, please.
Well, because I'm trying to work out where, like, the tone of this is, because it's less serious than Spooks.
For now.
For no, Spooks stays quite serious.
No, but like
they forget to get funny.
The story's a smaller scale, but there is still quite a lot of serious stuff that goes on.
Yeah, so I think it's probably somewhere like Spooks, The Bodyguard.
I've not seen The Bodyguard.
But funny. It's like they've sort of just gone, oh, these are good stories, but what they need is women and humour.
Yeah.
But like, I really like that. Like, these are some of my favourite stories. I love spy stuff and murder.
You know,
I really don't come across well when we talk about shows like this, because I'm just like, yeah, but I like murder. I like shows with a lot of murder.
you know, Phoebe Waller-Bridge was head writer for series 1.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, and she did that other thing that was funny.
Solo, yes. She was L3 in Solo.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, I know who she is, and she's done some other little thing like no one really cared.
No, it wasn't that big over, you know. Fleabag. No, it's
sounds small.
It's so good. Fleabag is amazing. We haven't done Fleabag, have we? Fuck. That's a ridiculously good show.
It is, but like, the thing is, so you know what we're trying to like we pair these shows off together.
What the fuck do you put it against?
Well, it's like, no, you remember when we first started doing it, we were comparing we'd compare like a Marvel TV show to a DC TV show, or we'd compare something that's on something that Netflix made to something that someone made in like the 90s.
Yeah.
And you know how we sort of went, that's bullshit, we should stop doing that.
Mm.
That's Fleabag versus everything else. Like, we can't put it with something that we love, because that would just be Fleabag versus Fleabag. So, anyone in the US listening, could you remake Fleabag? And then we'll just UK versus US it, because then we don't have to like it.
It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, I mean, we could compare it to Gavin and Stacey, the American version.
No, that's coming back. Oh, I can't wait. Christmas Day, 2 weeks tomorrow. We sat around the fire and think, oh, it's time for Gavin and Stacey.
Oh, why is our flat on fire?
Oh, why is Richard here with a can of petrol and a box of matches?
Oh, guess he didn't like his presents.
Hey, I got you good presents this year.
I got you presents.
Yeah, one of them is fucking huge and it's really heavy.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck did I buy?
I don't know. Haven't opened it yet. It's not.
Turns out, basically, what happened was you said, like, oh, I've got some stuff coming your way, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about you.
Cheers.
But then, all it took was 7 minutes and one big poo, and I've done it.
Nice.
And they've got funny things written on them, but they've all just come in the wrong order. I think they literally might come in reverse order to the way the way I ordered. Because, you know, if you keep changing the thing that it says, they're all different orders.
Oh, what if you change
Because I did them all separately so I could change the name on the address. I wasn't changing the address, just changing the little, like, the thing. So it says something. Each one says something different.
Okay, that makes sense.
The one for Lisa's really obvious. The other two are for... One's like an actual present, sort of. And one of them is also an actual present. But... one of them you're going to guess quite easily.
Yeah, I think I might already have an inkling.
Yeah, but wait, if you understand that, you'll probably understand the reference on the front of the one that turned up today. Because what did the one that turned up today say?
Because one wasn't enough. But I'm not joking, it's like the size of... It's pretty big.
Yeah, because one wasn't enough.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I think I've just twigged at what's going on.
You can buy them by weight.
I mean, your presents very much are just for you because you're, like, really chronically alone. So...
I think you'll find I'm married.
Oh yeah, you're married to my wife now.
Yeah. No one told you where to sign. No one told me where to sign. We signed in the wrong place legally.
That sounds like the start of a rom-com, and I think we should write it.
I think that would be a laugh.
The hilarious admin antics.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sounds like she should be set in an office.
But yeah, Mr. Mercedes and Killing Eve were good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the penultimate episode. We've only got one left of co-pilots.
Yeah, what are we talking about in the last one?
Everything Sucks and On My Block. So Everything Sucks on My Block. I don't know what either of those are, so I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just thought it was nice to round off the year with a show called Everything Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and depending on how, like, the election goes on Thursday.
Oh, shit. I keep nearly forgetting about that. Because
Yeah,
all I'm really thinking about is trying to get a tattoo booked.
Are you going to tattoo your vote onto your face? What do you mean you're not accepting it?
That's a good idea. I keep remember, like, I keep telling people the story of, like, when you and
When
Lisa
the
were
Tory
here.
guy came up.
Yeah. Just open the door. Just, oh, no.
That was rude, because he was literally, Richard! And you went, nah, and slammed the door in his face. And he was like, okay, bye.
Yeah. And then, because I think Lisa was on the phone or something, she just came in like a little bit later and was like, was there someone at the door? It's like, oh, it's a Tory.
But yeah, so that was fun. I don't know what's going on with co-directors. I've opened the wrong one. Hang on. I still won't be able to read it.
Well, I've opened
It's all fucked up.
the little one. So the next
We've only got
co-directors
two more.
is either Prevenge or Bad Boys, or some sort of weird double heading where it's Prevenge and Bad Boys. We don't know yet.
Well, it's definitely not going to be both, because I've only seen one of them so far.
I mean, I've seen both of them. It's been a long time since I've seen Bad Boys, but I could probably,
Do
muddle
a half
through.
decent job. Yeah, I've not seen Bad Boys. I think it's on Netflix, which
But the thing
would
is,
really
like,
help if it is.
Your letterbox says you've watched Bad Boys 2.
I've seen Bad Boys 2 loads of times.
See, that's the thing. I watched Bad Boys 2 first as well.
Apparently, it's the same film.
No, they're definitely not the same.
Yeah, but like, they're basically the same film.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the third one.
Where it's the same film.
Well, I mean, it's like the Rush Hour films. They're not hugely different every time, but subtly.
I don't think anything about Rush Hour is subtle.
No, I mean, Jackie Chan's accent. Pretty subtle.
Anyway, let's fuck this off. Go kill someone.